What's up with it? Big bro, you watching Player Talk. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like and you don't subscribe, that's cool. But leave a comment because I'm trying to start this. I'm trying to start this conversation, get it flowing. I want to see what people think and get people's opinion. So today's video, special request video from my homie Will. He wanted me to define my definition of a player. What's a player? Because the title of my shit is Player Talk. So he want to know my definition of a player. When we was talking about it a little bit already. We was face to face, we was talking. And he kind of initially thought my angle was going to be talking about women and a dude that talk to a lot of women. In my personal opinion, my definition of the word, a player ain't somebody that talk to a lot of women. A player is somebody that approaches life. A player is somebody that approaches life like it's a game. And I don't mean a game that you can put pause on and you can reset and you got multiple lives. Not that kind of game. A player is somebody that approaches life like a game, as in you have to have a strategy. You have to have a game plan. You need to practice before you play. That type of game. So a player is always going to be making plays. Any situation that they in, before they start moving, they going to be strategizing and being, tactical in the way they make moves. Like he gonna be seeing, where the weak links, where the strong links, where can I get in and fit in, what's gonna be most prosperous for me. And a player also plays to win. So to play to win, you got to be able to play with others. And you got to know who not to play with too. It's people that can, sabotage your stuff if you bring them on board on your team. So a player recognizes other players. They recognize the haters. They recognize people that can be beneficial and detrimental to them. So when I was talking to my homie about this, we got into a little debate, and it was actually a good little debate that actually proved my point even more, because everything my homie was saying to prove his point actually proved my point. So the example I gave of what I consider somebody to be a real player, I don't know how familiar you are, but if you've seen the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin, Eddie Murphy is my definition of a real player. From the moment you see Eddie Murphy on screen to the moment that he leaves the screen, he's making plays non-stop. He ain't like, now he's a bit of a hustler too. He's a hustler. I wouldn't call him a gangster, but he's definitely a hustler. He's a player. And don't get the hustle and the player mixed up. One of the best examples of him being a player and a hustler, but being a player, was when, after him and Martin get snatched up by Rick James, Rick James like hooks Martin up, and they dumping him in the water. They dumping him back and forth in the water. And Martin's like, oh, I was gonna wear this suit on Tuesday. So Eddie Murphy, being the player that he is, he makes a play to save his own life, to save Martin's life, and to make a play for Rick James' character, who's like the big dog. He like the big dope man or the big gangster in town. They make a play for him to make some money, and the play was legit. He wasn't gonna stab nobody in the back. Wasn't nobody gonna get done in if they didn't get caught by the police. So if you familiar with that movie, or if you ain't, watch it. And Eddie Murphy is my definition of a true player in that movie. What's some other shit about a player? Like, a real player, a true player, know he's only as strong as the niggas he playing with. So a true player is gonna surround himself with some strong, intelligent individuals. That's another good sign of a real player. If you see a nigga, you be like, that nigga look like a real player, but he's surrounded by some goofy ass niggas, he's probably not a player. You know what I'm saying? So let's say maybe a question, somebody can be a player all by yourself. Yeah, but it's an old proverb that say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So you kind of got to be strategic in that, and to realize when it's time to move alone and when it's time to move as a team. don't get caught up on the word. This term player, to be honest, it ain't nothing but a selling point for real. You know, just like some people sell their point on being a dating coach, you know, or some people sell their point on being critical of women. Some people sell their point on being critical of men. You know, my selling point ain't nothing but being a player. You know, so I don't want nobody to get the wrong impression or to misinterpret what I'm saying. Because a player is not somebody that play around with women. That's a playboy. That's a fuckboy. Maybe even a pimp, you know, a dude that just deal with a lot of women and manipulate women. That's not a player. Not my definition of a player. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with a player, you shouldn't feel like you got taken advantage of. You should feel good about whatever deal or situation y'all got going on. That's how a real player gonna make you feel. A real player gonna make you feel like, yeah, we both got something out the deal. And most likely y'all both did. So that was just a quick little thing right there. That's my definition of a player. Player ain't somebody that just deal with a lot of women and stuff like that. Player is somebody who's always making plays and is constantly trying to progress strategically. Everything has a strategy to it. They using their mind, they using their heart, they using their eyes, and everything else they got to figure out how to maneuver in the best way possible so they can get as far as they can go. So be a real player, not a fuck boy, not a playboy. Not if you want to do some try to be a pimp, go ahead, take a crack at it. I'm gonna talk this player shit though, and I'm gonna stand by this player shit. And I advise you too. Player talk. Holla at your boy.